Hi, and welcome to SF Live. I'm your host, Christina Marie Flores. Tonight we have a really interesting show with us tonight. We have the Chinatown Community Development Center. With us tonight we have Norman Fong, who is the Deputy Director of Programs, and Cindy Wu, who is the Community Planning Manager. Welcome.
Thanks.
And
Great to be here.
Shall I say
really
Gung Hei Fa
excited.
Choi?
Gung Hei Fa Choi.
Gung
That's
Hei
right.
Fa Choi.
Very good.
Very good. I saw you at the parade. You were at the
That's
parade.
right. We just finished the parade a few days ago, and then we finished the community street fair. And it's going to be a great year because it didn't even rain.
I know.
It rained
amazing.
right afterwards, but it was great.
And it was the debut of the new dragon.
Yes, the new Golden Dragon, 238 feet long,
230 feet long.
38 feet long.
Wow.
It's brand new. It's beautiful.
Now here they take turns with the head because it's very heavy,
Yeah,
the front
yeah.
position.
I used to do it when I was younger.
Now they put you in
Yeah.
charge of the tail.
Now I just do the MC the thing. Yeah.
Very nice. And this year, the ox.
Year of the Ox.
And what is that supposed to bring
That's
us?
a reliable, hardworking, but steady
Resilient.
year. Yeah.
Resilient. How about money? Is there money involved coming in from the ox?
Well, I think it's going to be a better year than the last one.
Okay, good.
That's
It better
for
be.
Yeah.
Very
Persevere.
good. Excellent. Well, the Chinatown Community Development Center. Now, what services does this center offer?
Well, Cindy heads our planning department, and Chinatown CDC is one of the few groups that thinks big picture, what's best for the community. We also do resident services for the seniors that live in our building, and what's kind of new and what a lot of people don't know about is there are a lot of folks living in jam-packed conditions in Chinatown. We have old housing there, single rooms, and to the surprise of many, we have a lot of families squeezed into those single rooms.
A whole family in one room.
Whole families, no common kitchens if they're lucky, common restrooms, and so we have some poverty in our community too. But on the positive side, we have a lot of involvement from our youth who lead tours of Chinatown that everyone should sign up for
Okay,
on
okay.
Saturdays, 11 o'clock.
Already he's pitching. That's okay. Let me start off by asking, how did the organization start? How did that start?
In 1977, there were 5 grassroots organizations that needed help. And do you remember them, Cindy?
Uh-oh.
See, Chinatown Better Park and Rec,
Open Space Group, yes.
Chinatown Coalition for Better Housing,
Better Housing,
Chinatown TRIP, Transportation Research Improvement Program,
yep.
The Public Housing
Public housing residents. We've been
at
helping them out.
Pinging, and the 5th was the facilities.
Yeah, Chinatown.
Cindy gets an A.
She gets an A.
So I think what's really important about that is that Chinatown CDC's history comes from grassroots empowerment. It comes from volunteerism, comes from really caring about the community. And I think that's the spirit that we try to embody today. Even though we've grown to do so many other things, we do housing development, we do property management, we still do the community organizing, we have a planning program now, we have a youth program, and I think that the grassroots empowerment work filters through all of those different project areas, and that's what's really important and special about our organization.
Yeah.
Now, give us a little history. I don't think a lot of people are very familiar with the history of Chinatown. They know where it is. We go there, it has lovely dim sum, fun architecture, but is there more to it? There's more to the history of Chinatown. Can you take us on a little trip?
Okay, let's see. I was born in 1951. Well, actually, this Sunday is a grand reopening of Angel Island. And that's where it begins for me, because my father came through Angel Island. And a lot of immigrants had a hard time, participating fully in American life. But Chinatown was at least home for them. For me, I've been part of Chinatown all my life, and I plan to keep working there with the community until, well, we'll see how long. But anyway, Chinatown is the beginnings of San Francisco, too. People don't know the waterfront was right there in Montgomery, all the way down. And Chinatown, Portsmouth Square, was the town square. So actually, the Chinese-American history links to San Francisco's history. And a lot of people just see it for the restaurants, like you said. But actually, the more you learn about Chinatown, the more you learn about San Francisco, too. Like you said, tunnels and all this.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know about the underground tunnels.
But Chinatown is just, we're the best Chinatown in the Western Hemisphere. People don't know. New York, I'm sorry, you guys don't have a dime on us. Because San Francisco was smart, and they wanted to preserve all the great history and all the first, like the church I'm with, Presbyterians, it's the first Chinese church in America.
Wow.
The first family associations, the first many institutions all began right here in San Francisco. And that's powerful stuff. Right, Cindy?
It is. I think that's a lot of how Chinatown still holds its vitality and its history compared to some other Chinatowns in the U.S. There's still a strong residential base here, which I think is what creates the liveliness. Every day you see people walking up and down the street, shopping for groceries, going to the doctor, taking their grandchildren to school. And a lot of that happens because of the institutions that exist. So churches, family associations, services for families, services for youth, all of that. I think that that's really important, and it creates it holds the history to the neighborhood. It keeps it there.
Now, there's one of the things that your service offers is the food pantry program. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I started it about a year and a half ago. I took the head of Department of Health and Aging and on a tour of Chinatown. I brought them into the single-room hotels.
The SROs?
SROs, single-room occupancies. And Ann Hinton's her name. I love her. Yeah, keep her. Anyway, she said, my gosh, she didn't know about the poverty in Chinatown. And then she says, you know, we have a lot of food programs in the Tenlord and other areas. Why don't we start one here? So we met and we talked, and we ended up creating one of the best food programs that the city can never cut to serve just families and seniors living in these single rooms. And it means a lot to them. A lot of them are waiters or waitresses or seamstresses, whatever, and they don't make a lot of money. So the food really helps out. So thank you, SF Food Bank and the Department of Aging, for caring for the poor, even in our own community.
Now, I have a wonderful thing from the website about this as well. The elderly and teenagers work side by side and get acquainted at the same time.
Yeah.
How important is that, to be able to link to your community and the elders and enjoy and appreciate all the intelligence from their many years on Earth here in San Francisco?
Yeah.
It's really important.
It's really important.
It's your dream. Go ahead.
It's my dream, but she represents the future, and I'm so proud of the youth and young adults that volunteer. They race from high school, you know, and they get there 4 o'clock sharp, and they get to serve the food, and they actually carry them up the stairways to these different single rooms. And the old folks, they love it.
Oh, yeah.
Because they don't, you know, and here's the main thing. I think the youth, I'm so proud of them because they're not ashamed of their community. You know, some of them live in single rooms too, growing up without a living room or your own, but they're helping their own community, and that's what I love.
I think they're learning from the elders, learning stories about the neighborhood, about how they struggled, how they persevered through all the years, and I think that they gain as much as the seniors do from the interaction, which is really special.
And they're able to hear stories about how they are part of the community of San Francisco and don't feel as alienated, you know, whereas when they go to school and they may have some kind of prejudice shown to them or whatever, this is a community that's been here longer than most people have been here.
Yeah.
And they deserve to be here. This is their city as well.
Yeah.
And so it's reinforced by speaking with the elders and learning about their struggles early on and how they fit in the community. Yeah.
That's perfect. My son, I know you have kids too. My son was also a part of the Adopt an Alleyway youth program, and he got so excited doing bingo or The Price is Right with these seniors.
Now tell us what the Adopt an Alleyway project?
Yes. So there's a lot of youth programs in San Francisco, but I'm proud of this one, AAA, because they have already learned their mission is to serve the community. They're not there just for fun clubs. They're there. They come up with these great ideas to help the seniors. They clean up the alleyways. They tell the story of the alleyways. They understand the importance of preserving and caring for the community. And I want to cry because I think when youth, you know, are motivated, they go all out. I mean, they're cool. They're going to do a workathon. What's the date now? April 11th, I think.
I think so.
Yeah. They do this cool workathon, and they invite high schoolers from around the city. So anybody in San Francisco, anybody who wants to roll up their sleeves, help, paint some bathrooms or sweep the streets, sign up with Adopt an Alleyway, and I think you have our phone number. Huh?
I'm sure we do, and I'm sure it's right under you as we speak, just floating right below you like magic.